What is going on, Greg, and why are the Russians so concerned about Syria?
Syria is really important to Moscow for a couple of reasons on a series of levels. On the simplest level, it's one of Moscow's last major allies in the Middle East region, which had been a big area of influence for the Soviet Union, and a place where Putin had been trying to restore Russian influence as he was been in the last decade reaching out into the rest of the world. It's a big arms customer for the Russians. It also has a small naval facility on the Mediterranean there that's the only warm water port outside the former Soviet Union for the Russian Navy, so it's an important spot. Beyond that, it's an important principle. The Russians have been quite alarmed watching the Arab Spring. They view a lot of these revolutions as fomented by the West, and they see the Libyan precedent, something they were very unhappy with, as an example of the West using what the Russian authorities view as a pretext of human rights violations to intervene and change a government that in their view wasn't suitable to the West, and clearly that's a worrisome thing for the Kremlin. Right. And then the last major motivation is a domestic political one. We've got an unexpectedly contested presidential election coming up next month, and one of Putin's big trump cards all along has been his standing up to the West and improving Russia's standing in the world, and so this is a good chance for the Russians to appear to be players on the world stage.
Right. Now, do we have any evidence that the West is actually other than kind of standing at the sidelines, the West has not been that directly involved in fomenting many of the movements in the Arab Spring. Is that well understood in Russia?
Not really, actually. I think you really have to differentiate between the people and the authorities. The authorities, Putin and his crowd, many of people who came out of the Soviet KGB, have a much more conspiratorial mindset. When we asked them about the demonstrations in Cairo, it was always, well, what about that Google employee and things like that. So there's a great deal of suspicion that these revolutions are actually orchestrated, and some of that I think is self-serving on the part of the Kremlin. Fits their propaganda, their sense that their popular rebellion is always inspired from outside, so it doesn't reflect any kind of internal genuine support.